now. Oh, good morning. I, for mercy, am looking busted. Aren't you? Aren't you so lucky? Look at this shit. Look at this. I'm not really this white, but there's just days. God, I'm gonna put a hole in that damn wall one day. There's just days that I look entirely like. I mean, I'm white. Don't get me wrong, but I look sickly. Does that make sense? I look sickly. Oh well. Look. Oh look. Do you like that? Do you like that? I know you do. Anyway, I thought about it. I was like, I could do all kinds of stuff to make myself look better. And I was like, who the fuck am I looking good for? Who am I trying to look good for? Nobody, because I don't care. I have static in my hair because it decided to go and get cold again where I'm at. And we're just going to have like 3 days of it because we have this thing around here where it's called like false spring or false summer or false, whatever. Right. And so what it is that like it'll stay really warm. Like, I don't know, getting to 80 degrees. And then all of a sudden, it decides to get really, really cold again. But I gotta say, look what I told y'all. Daffodils, daffodils. Bro, man, look like you like my cock-a-doodle doo? My rooster comb? Okay. All right, let's do this. Because at this point, friendly reminder. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation to you is to never Cinderella shit to make it fit. We are going to tap in to the energy of the weekend and see if there is a message for you. Okay? Okay. The energy did like amp up before I got on. Just gonna be honest with you. Also, take a look at this shit. Did laundry because I was doing my mom duties, and my child, my entirely too old for this bullshit child, left a pin in his shorts. Meaning, like, he only wears the shorts to go, like, when he's running, right? Like, it's not what he like. It's not even like during school hours. So why he had a pin in his shorts, I do not know. And those shorts are now polka dot. And so are several other things. They're polka dot too. Good morning, Anna. So, I have literally, let me just explain to you. This has been an ongoing issue since he's been in high school. He goes to school with one pen and comes back and reaches into his thing and pulls out a wad of pencils and pens. And I'm like, who are you stealing these things from? And like when I tell you we filled up an entire drawer of pencils and pens. He's a kleptomaniac when it comes to pens. Also, it's not the first time that I have found pens and pencils in my usually it's in the washing machine. This time it made it all the way to the dryer without me realizing it was in there. And so the heat broke the bad boy apart. And I've had to like send pictures to his dad. Like, this is when I say this is an ongoing battle with this child. I had to send pictures one time with his dad. I was like, can we guess who did this to my washing machine? Because when I tell you, those things can, like, there's little holes where you drain. And if those things go in there, you could ruin my washing machine. And his dad was like his dad had to like get on. He's like, buddy, you're going to owe her a $700 washing machine. So I have to go through his stuff to make sure there ain't stuff in the pockets all the time. But it didn't dawn on me that his running shorts, which he doesn't even use during school hours, would have a pin. Anyways, as is being a mom. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I don't remember if I told you you are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. Don't Cinderella shit to make it fit. Fantastic. We're going to start with Secret Tarot. I don't know where this is going. Okay. But isn't that pretty? They're so pretty. They're staying too, because you have to cut them really short. Like when you leave them long, they shrivel up. And poor babies. But we have so many of them. They're everywhere. Also bear with me. Because of the weather change, the barometric pressure changes, and therefore my brain. I had two. I had several. We're gonna look at these. Oh my God, there's 5. What? Okay. Freaking frack. All right, we're hanging. Sun will come out tomorrow. I don't know why they suddenly. Overall energy, the tower. The tower. Because anytime there's a center card, meaning there are even number of cards on each side, the center card becomes the overall energy for what we're about to talk about. So this is inevitable, fated, pivotal change. Pivotal change being one thing, something that's inevitable, something that is fated, some kind of foundational pivotal change in somebody's life. We have the Temperance card, which is just kind of like giving me the energy of, I heard peace be restored. Like that's like something you hear in church and shit. But it's also it's really giving me the idea of like some kind of spiritual or divine assistance in alchemizing something within your life, in a bit of a transformation, a transitory change, right? 7 of Wands is understanding and knowing what the self needs, allowing that to take the forefront. Um, Staying true to your truth, your self respect, your self love, standing in your power, um, knowing your boundaries and exercising those boundaries, reinforcing those. Okay. Then we have Justice. Which feels like it's about damn time. Um Something, okay, between the Temperance and Justice, something had to be vastly out of balance previously, and it's like in this energy something is restored, like balance is restored, like justice is served. There we go. Justice is served. And somebody finally gets to experience not the epitome, but the grandeur, we're using words today, the grandeur of the highest kind of love and joy, right? Like this is more than just love within the self and love of the self, and being proud and happy with who you are. This is beyond the self. When we're talking about 10, we're talking about you and the environment and the world and your position within it. That sense of love and joy between you and the world around you. Is something definitely that expands beyond the self. Ace of Wands, 6 of Wands. Alrighty, what is the Tower? Let's talk about this. I feel like this is energy that's surrounding it. But what is the Tower in and of itself? Let's talk. Strength card, Leo energy. This one heavily focuses on the unicorn. There's some embracing of uniqueness or like a unicorn moment. Very magical, mystical, rare. Okay. Magical, mystical, rare moment. We're asking what the tower is. So it's like miracle. And they're embracing their inner unicorn, which means you're embracing this magical, mystical, rare moment. Leap of faith, new beginning that puts you or embarks you on a whole completely new path within your reality. So you're going to be in, it's something that you, okay, the tower moment is something you will embrace. You see its uniqueness and it's the rarity at which it occurs. So this is definitely a very positive. It creates a new beginning for you, but not just like a new beginning. It's a brand new path that is visible. So we can have a new beginning in our spirituality, in our mental clarity, like in so many different ways. But this is a very tangible path that you walk. It's a miracle. It's unique. Ooh. Queen of Swords. Seeing very clearly. Like you can see okay. There's no confusion with this tower moment. There's no confusion with the miraculousness of what is occurring. You see it and you see it for what it really is, meaning this eagle eye view. You see not only what it is now, but what it means for you in the future. King of Pentacles. Again, it is this wielding of an ability to completely create the life that you want. Queen of Pentacles would be the embodiment of what it takes to do that. King of Pentacles is moving into the energy of being able to do that, of being in the driver's seat of your reality. Like this isn't a reliance on anything or anyone else. It is strictly you. We have 5 of Wands with the 5 of Swords. That's a lot of shit all at once. Definitely. Over here, there is a balance now in with Temperance and 7 of Wands of knowing what your truth is and your boundaries and acting from that space. 5 of Wands tends to be like multiple directions and energies pulling on a lot of different desires, yanking you in different directions. And then the 5 of Swords is feeling very mentally conflicted about how to. I feel like this 5 of Wands actually are all your desires. How, like, there's something about whatever this moment is kind of fulfills. You've been trying to figure this out. How do I do all of this? How do I achieve all of these things? I feel pulled in a lot of different, like, I want this, but then I want this. And somehow in your mind, those seem to be conflictual. Like you don't know how to achieve this and that. But also it feels like just a whirlwind, like a lot happening at once. Yeah, I feel like that 5 of Wands is trying to tell us like this tower moment allows, like, finds the way to satiate or answer all of these desires. Sometimes you feel like it feels like thinking there's no way I can achieve all of these things. So which ones are more important and which ones are manageable? Which ones can I really do? What can I do? You just it feels very chaotic in the sense of not knowing which is viable and how to do it. Like there's just, but I feel like the tower is the answer to all of them. So the I feel like the chaotic energy is mentally exhausting. But this is the epitome of change. We have two fives. This is what change can feel like. I did have this conversation with my son, the one who's 22, and he, because he's neurodivergent, has never done good with transition. Um, he wants to know, and then things have to go according to that plan because when everything is up in the air and nothing is solidified yet, it leaves him energetically feeling some kind of way. And then his mind will pick up. And I told him right now what he needs to do is he has to cultivate the skill set of being able to sit in the eye of the storm where because he feels a certain way about something, but his brain, because there's no real concrete answers, ricochets off of everything and can literally debilitate him. Um, and we talked about needing to understand and know that what he feels is more true than what his brain is telling him. His brain will panic. His brain will add stories to something. His brain will, try to fill in the blanks. And it's his brain, because he has OCD, will likely grasp onto very dramatic answers that are not necessarily true. Um, his brain will try to tell him because we can't see the answer, it means things are going to go awry. I can't protect you. I can't keep everything in line. I can't be in control if I am not aware of everything. And that gives but he'll at simultaneously feel like I feel like everything's good. That's the temperance, right? And we talk about trusting that his intuition and his body are telling him the truth. And that this is a time for him to cultivate the ability to wield, like, be the true king of pentacles. Like you create from this, that anything good comes from chaos. That's where the divine exists. That's where everything is born. It's out of the void. So being in the dark is not necessarily a negative. It is the potential. And so we've had to really kind of put him in a place of trusting himself versus his mind. But it can because again, energetically he feels one way. But then when the brain starts chiming in, his body responds. And he feels like pulled in a million different directions. And I'm like, you're safe. You're in the eye of the storm. And as long as you move with that, you're safe until the storm dissipates. And so that's what this feels like. It feels like this is a tower moment where the reason it's so positive and you're able to benefit from it is because you recognize it for what it is, the unicorn. You see this as the moment that you've been waiting for, this magical, mystical, rare time that's going to be the answer to many of your desires, put you in a brand new beginning and a completely different path in life. And so when we're talking about Ace of Pentacles, we're talking about career, location, like the very tangibles of life, financial status. Hermit makes me feel like somebody who's in the eye of the storm, not wrapped up in everything that's happening, not being swept up by all the winds of change, the one who is anchored within themselves. Six of Wands. It is being in that energy that guarantees the success. it also feels as if somebody has been placed in a position to perfect the hermit energy, self-reliance on what's happening, like knowing that the spiritual truths that come to you and that you feel intuitively and energetically are true, not the winds that whirl around you. I heard to thine own self be true. We just coming out with them today. It is your inner guidance, not your mind, that you need to be listening to. It is your spiritual connection to your higher self, to source, to your spiritual team. That is the only thing that should be guiding you. In the Hermit's Lantern is the Merkaba, the Northern Star. It is lighting and guiding the way. It is not other people's desires. It is not the chaos that is occurring around you. It is not the mental gymnastics. You see things. Again, Queen of Swords matches the Hermit. I'm pulled out. Eagle eye view. I see things for more than what they appear. I understand the truth of this. Let me change decks. Okay. Tell me more about what this tower feels like. A big ball of light, like a series of events that create one event versus a one-off quick something. But let's find out though. I see Eight of Swords on the bottom and I see the moon. Again, the one thing that you allow to trip you up, Eight of Swords, self-imposed limitation, is when things are not in the full light of day. That is when you're most likely to cause a delay, cause a disruption, create problems with the process. You need to be comfortable. It's like somebody is because with the moon, we're talking about phases. It's like somebody sometimes waits until everything is completely revealed to have faith or to act or whatever. And that's not the energy. You have to be the hermit, one step at a time. He cannot see 100 feet in front of him. He can literally only see the very next step. That's how this is going to be. Somebody tends to hold back because they don't see everything. And that is like a lesson to be learned. This must be something that is cultivated in order to be the King of Pentacles, to be in such an energy to be able to create and wield the reality that you want. You have to master this, or else you'll always be at the mercy of that which you don't see clearly. Tower first. I'm taking all of it. We have 2, 2, and 2. We have a lot of burdens here. This is the one thing that you are aware of. 10 of Wands, very oppressive energy, very burdensome, with the 9 of Pentacles, which is talking about material gain, being self-sufficient and material gain. I hate sneezing so much. We have the Hierophant with the Ace of Swords. They're showing the Ace of Swords much like, the sword suit is allergy season. It's gonna happen again. Hold on. They're showing the Ace of Sword, which is about communication. They're showing it much like a pen. It's giving me a contracted, and that's the same thing as the Hierophant. This is a contracted path. This would be something where it's like my soul has already agreed to something. Sc- I'm gonna scream. Hello. But this is also clarity. The tower in and of itself brings clarity. So with the high priestess, you have the information. She has the scrolls or the book, and either it's closed or it's open. There's something here about having a they're saying a spiritual perception of something, like a knowing, but no clarity on. Hierophant is the idea of taking that which is still in the ethers, that which is still an idea, a notion, a potentiality, um, um, which is the high priestess. It's something that's meant to be. It's something that is spiritually conceived, but not yet a reality. Hierophant is the energy of creating that structure within your life. It is the execution of the idea, the potential. It is making that which was just written into reality. So this feels like something very much like written on your soul, is the way that I want to say it, but becomes clear as how to make it a reality in your waking world, to build and create it. They're also showing me, look, this is all going to make sense in the end, right? We're just beep, 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 little snippets and snaps and all that kind of shit. The Ace of Swords is also, they're showing me like a machete, you know what I mean? Like somebody going and clearing the path. Um, if we're talking about King of Pentacles, like you having the capacity and the ability to create your reality and it being well within your power to do so. This would be you clearing and creating your own path according to what you know is written on your soul, and moving beyond just something being conceptual, an idea or a potentiality that you have to choose. It's like a destined path you have to choose, into making it a reality, into seeing clearly how to do that, into having a very clear path. The Ace of Swords is a very clear path. It's in alignment with the Sun card. And while we don't have the Sun card, we do have the Strength card, which has the Sun, Leo energy, and the Lion. So it's like the idea of the path is cleared for you. It now becomes a reality. That's what this Tower does. However, you are still over here feeling like, my circumstances are very oppressed. The only like it's kind of like material gain with oppression. This to me would be the means necessary to do something. Like the only perceived burden is not having the finances to do this. Seven of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Very delayed start. A very delayed. Definitely a pause. And this may be because with the Four of Swords, this is where you get your mental shit right. And so we've talked about that. Like you have to be in the eye of the storm. You cannot let your mind overtake. It is your intuitive knowingness and the your you being in touch with the energy around you that should tell you exactly where you're at. Allowing your mind to dictate, add in, complete the story, fill in the blanks. It's never going to go right. Your mind does not like blank spaces. It does not like the absence of information or everything being solidified. Your mind doesn't like not knowing something, but this is forcing you into other senses, other abilities of yours that you need to be leaning on. And this is very important because whatever path you're going on, you have to cultivate a sharpness in using those over your mind. Now, in no way, shape, or form does spirit ever ask you to abandon wisdom. But whatever the fuck this shit is, you might try to dress up as wisdom, but it's just fear mongering. It's just temper tantrum throwing. I need to know right now. I'm not gonna. You have to purge that out of your system. And if spirit in this transitory process has to help you refine that, they will. Seven of Pentacles is a long rooting process, waiting for something to break ground. But your mental state, the Four of Swords, where that's where you get your mind right. And there's like peace restored in the mind. That was what was creating the roots of this. It could not break ground until, because the one thing that can fuck it up every time, I've preached this since I began this damn channel, the one way anything is like whether it's a person, a human, negative entities and spirits, or the only way when you really heal for anything or anyone to get in and manipulate and fuck shit up for you is through your mental realm. It is the last ditch effort. And so anytime there's change, transition, where you are focused on reality because reality demands that, because things are in the air, it's almost as if these energies wait for that moment. They will infiltrate and penetrate at that time because it is the easiest. So if you have anybody that dislikes you, if you have other spiritual practitioners, not everybody experiences this, but I'm telling you right now, if there was ever a time that they wanted to fuck shit up for you and feel like whatever practice or workings they do would work, they're going to wait until you are in the midst of some major transition in life, and they will work to get in. It's easier to go under the radar. It's also the easiest time for your subconscious to fucking self-sabotage as well. So it is also the prime time to purge anything else that could fuck shit up for you that you hold within yourself that's not external to you. The void is where everything is born. Good or bad, right? So it is up to somebody to anchor in and stay and remain in the eye of the storm until the storm that surrounds you dissipates so that you are no longer at risk of being impacted. It is like before the tornado arrives and you walk outside and it's green, the sky, like there's a green hue to everything, and there's not a sound. That's when you anchor in. You go in the basement, you hunker down, right? Or you travel. If you're a storm chaser, you travel with it. You stay in that pocket. Tell me about the Five of Cups. You focus too much on the things that you perceive to be a spilled cup. And they call it crying over spilled milk. This is some tough love. This is some tough love. You can sit there and thump your fist at the air all you want, pump it, whatever you want to call it. When you are sitting there and saying, but this, and this. I just heard you too goddamn grown for that shit. It's like you are too spiritually evolved to actually believe that what you are saying is any kind of real rebuttal. You know what the fuck to do. You're just choosing not to do it. And then you're throwing a fit because it's you. And it's like, it's not hard. You know how to do this. You can do it. You're just mad that you have to do it, which seems ignorant, given that it's giving you this miraculous new beginning in life, the unicorn. They're like, literally, quit throwing a fit over spilled milk, turn around. There's still 2 cups. Every little thing that doesn't go exactly the way that you want it, or things that don't show up exactly how you want it. It's almost as if you get emotionally wrapped up. It's like the idea that your emotions follow your thoughts. So this is the reason why you need to control your thoughts, because your brain is trying to fill in the blanks. It's trying to answer things that you don't understand. And it's like the emotions that make you feel out of control only follow the thoughts. Anchor in. You know the energies. You know spiritually. You are a hermit. You may not know what's happening 100 steps ahead, but you know what's happening in this moment. Hold on to that truth, because that is very apparent. That is very clear. This tower will get you to the point where your path is always understood, where you are in control. You create your reality, where the things that you have seen will become your life, and the path forward is clear. It will. But until then, you are anchored in the eye of the storm. And in the eye of the storm, you can see everything around you, but you can't see shit all the way out there. You have to shut your brain off. You have to anchor into this energy. You have to find the balance, temperance. You have to act only from that which is positive for you. Hold your ground. This tower moment is bringing in the justice. And it seems as though you will get what is necessary, the material gain for the oppressive situation. Okay. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, 3 of Wands, the Chariot, and the Universe, which is the World card. So you know to be true. You know this is on the other side. You know, first off, the 3 of Wands, the reason why this is the ships coming in is also because this is considered the established strength. This is not your first fucking rodeo, and you need to quit acting like it. This isn't the first time that you've been around this. You've been taught every skill that you're being asked to use right now. I heard put your adult panties on. 3 of Wands. Your ships are coming in. And yes, you can see them in the distance. Yes, you would like for things to move faster than they are, but it'll be here soon enough. When something's coming into dock, it might slow down on its way in to ensure that it lands precisely. You ever seen something come in too fast and they have to back out of the damn harbor, or they have to go backwards to rearrange? Like 10 of Pentacles. This is the material success, the emotional success, the life that you want. This is the longevity that you seek. 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. Let this come in. Stay focused on the present moment. You're in the eye of the storm. You're okay. You don't have to understand or know what's happening out there. Focus on you, your energy, your mind, what's happening in your life, not every fucking thing else out there. The Chariot with the World card. There will be success. You will have momentum. Both of these are movement cards. You will have successful movement. This can be legit. Again, Tower, remember, as like, it's something tangible, job, location, things like that. There will be a move. There will be a move. It will be successful. It will open up doors. It will give you everything that you want. The World card. But only if you fucking stay in alignment. All you need to worry about is you and your energy right now. If you stay in alignment, don't have to worry about anything fucking it up. The Chariot card is the Rhino Spirit card. It is the move, bitch, get out the way. Because when that starts to move, nothing can stop it. Anything else, Spirit? Trust the universe. Intuition has wandered and led you astray. Intuition has wandered, meaning like you feel like you don't like you can't hear everything, meaning like you feel like intuition is going a particular direction and it's leading you somewhere astray. The timing's not yours, but the universe at play. I can told you the timing is not yours, but the universe at play. Have faith and breathe. Literally, it says it about have faith and breathe. I have short arms, okay? Have faith and breathe. You are not finished. You are not yet done. Dig deeper and deeper. The best is to come. Hold on. Hold on. Put your adult panties on. You're not going to act like this is your first fucking rodeo. You have been through enough shit to know exactly what the fuck you got to do right now. Quit crying over spilled milk because things are not perfectly exactly aligned with the way that you want it. You're too far along in your process of connection and your rootedness of yourself to be sitting and acting like you can't trust what the fuck you're getting. You also know how your mind is. Lock in. Lock the fuck in. Because when your mind happens, the whirlwind of emotions happen. And you don't get to ask or talk or speak or expect anybody else or the universe to have understanding. No, you need to fucking understand. Hand holding is done. Either you lock in or you don't. You know exactly what you need to do. So dig deep, root in, anchor. You're in the eye of the storm. You're in the hermit and take it one step at a time. You know damn good and well that this is a very miraculous, mystical, fated change that's happening. You must have faith in the universe. And I feel like saying if it feel like something goes dark, meaning like you can't hear, is because you are sitting and asking things that are irrelevant. They are not going to babysit you in this process. I feel like saying lock the fuck in. I keep hearing that. Lock in. This is not your first time around. Quit the shit. Divine, don't be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Hey Deep, how are you? So yeah. Um, sorry. This is a I mean, this is a general read though. Deep in case. All right, that's the message. That's the message. They just said, hold on, which was one of these cards. Dig deeper and deeper, the best is to come. Hold on, hold on. Now they're singing, I am the tiger. I know y'all know that song. If you don't, go look it up. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this message finds whoever it's meant for. I hope y'all have a fantastic, wonderful day. Today was a come to Jesus talk, although they're asking you to come to Jesus. It's just a Southern saying. But yeah, hope the message finds whoever it's meant for. Hope you have a fantastic, wonderful day. And I will see you guys at the next reading.